Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most intense and emotional moments in the ongoing war, the battle for Pokrovsk, a fight that has come to define courage, endurance, and sacrifice. This city, once known for its calm streets and industrial charm, has now become Ukraine's last line of defense in the east. What's happening here isn't just another battle. It's a symbol of resistance against overwhelming odds, and the story of soldiers and civilians who refuse to back down no matter what the cost. The battle for Pokrovsk has become a critical turning point in this war. For months, Russian forces have been pushing relentlessly through the Donetsk region, aiming to break through Ukrainian defensive lines. Pokrovsk, strategically located near key transportation routes, has turned into the final barrier protecting deeper regions of Ukrainian territory. Losing Pokrovsk would open the road to major cities further west, which is why this battle has become a fight for survival, not just for a city, but for Ukraine's future. Reports from the front lines describe constant shelling, drone attacks, and close quarter fighting. The defenders of Pokrovsk are a mix of professional soldiers, volunteers, and local territorial defense units who know every street and every corner of their city. Despite shortages of ammunition and exhaustion from months of fighting, morale remains remarkably strong. Many Ukrainian fighters see this as their moment to hold the line at any cost. Their message is simple: Pokrovsk will not fall. Satellite images and battlefield footage show the extent of destruction. Buildings are torn apart, smoke clouds linger for hours, and craters mark nearly every block. Yet amidst the ruins, Ukraine's blue and yellow flags still wave defiantly. These visuals have become powerful symbols across the world, reminders that even in devastation, resilience can rise stronger than fear. Russian forces have thrown everything they can into this offensive. Artillery, missiles, and armored columns have been deployed in large numbers. The aim is to encircle Pokrovsk and cut off all supply lines leading into the city. Ukrainian commanders have responded with tactical precision, launching counterattacks at night and using mobile defense strategies that make it hard for Russian units to gain lasting ground. This back and forth has turned the city into a brutal chessboard of survival. Civilians caught in the middle describe the situation as apocalyptic. Many have taken shelter in basements for weeks, surviving on limited food and water. Humanitarian aid is struggling to reach the city due to ongoing bombardments, but local volunteers continue risking their lives to deliver supplies. Every day in Pokrovsk is a test of endurance and hope. Families that refuse to evacuate say they want to protect their homes, their memories, and their sense of belonging. Their determination mirrors the courage of the soldiers fighting on the front lines. Internationally, the battle for Pokrovsk has captured attention. Western analysts describe it as one of the most decisive engagements of the conflict. NATO and Allied intelligence believe Russia's push in this region could determine the tempo of the war through winter. If Ukraine manages to hold Pokrovsk, it would not only be a tactical victory, but also a massive psychological blow to Moscow. For Russia, taking Pokrovsk would allow them to claim control over one of the most important logistical hubs in eastern Ukraine, a move that could potentially shift momentum in their favor. The defenders' stories from Pokrovsk are both heartbreaking and inspiring. One soldier said in an interview, "We're not fighting for territory anymore. We're fighting for the right to live as Ukrainians." That single sentence sums up the spirit of this battle. It's not about conquest, it's about identity. Each position held, each trench defended, is an act of defiance against an enemy that has underestimated the will of the Ukrainian people. As night falls over the city, drone warfare intensifies. Both sides rely heavily on surveillance and strike drones to locate and destroy enemy positions. The skies over Pokrovsk are filled with constant movement, creating a terrifying new kind of warfare where the enemy can see you even in total darkness. Despite the overwhelming pressure, Ukrainian soldiers continue adapting, using smaller, faster drones for reconnaissance and counterattacks. This technological resilience has helped balance the scales in many parts of the front. The human cost, however, is staggering. Casualty numbers are rising daily, and medical facilities are stretched to their limits. Makeshift field hospitals have been set up in underground shelters, where doctors work under candlelight to save lives. Many medics have not left their posts in days, knowing that every minute can make the difference between life and death. Their courage has become another symbol of Ukraine's unbreakable spirit. In Kiev and across the world, people are rallying behind the defenders of Pokrovsk. Social media is flooded with messages of solidarity, donations, and words of encouragement. The phrase "Hold the line, Pokrovsk" has become a global cry for support. Even though the situation remains fluid, Ukraine's leadership continues to express confidence that the city will endure. President Zelensky has called the defense of Pokrovsk a battle for the soul of Ukraine. Meanwhile, Russia faces its own challenges. The offensive has cost them significant manpower and equipment. Videos have surfaced showing damaged Russian tanks and destroyed convoys scattered across the outskirts of Pokrovsk. Western intelligence reports suggest that the Russian military is struggling with logistics and morale, even as they try to maintain pressure on the city. Every failed assault chips away at the myth of an unstoppable Russian advance. Experts believe that the outcome of this battle could influence future negotiations or escalations. If Pokrovsk holds, Ukraine will have proven once again that determination can overcome disparity. If it falls, it would mark one of the most painful chapters in the war, forcing Ukraine to regroup and potentially shift its defense strategy further west. The stakes could not be higher, and both sides know it. Amidst all the chaos, what stands out most are the ordinary people who have become extraordinary heroes. Teachers, miners, engineers, and farmers, all united under the Ukrainian flag, standing shoulder to shoulder against an invading army. Their stories of bravery and selflessness remind the world that even in war, humanity shines brightest when darkness tries to consume it. As the battle continues, the world watches closely. Each update from the front line sparks new discussions about how much longer this war can go on and what the true cost of freedom will be. The defenders of Pokrovsk have already proven that courage cannot be measured in weapons or numbers. It is measured in the will to stand your ground when everything around you is falling apart. The destruction, the sacrifice, and the defiance all combine to make the battle for Pokrovsk one of the defining moments of this conflict. It's a chapter written not only in smoke and fire, but also in unyielding faith. No matter how the outcome unfolds, Pokrovsk will be remembered as a symbol of Ukraine's resistance, a place where ordinary men and women stood their ground against overwhelming power and refused to surrender. So as we follow this story, let's remember that behind every image and every headline, there are real people fighting for their home, their families, and their right to exist freely. The battle for Pokrovsk isn't just about a city, it's about a nation's heartbeat refusing to stop. And that, more than anything, is what defines the spirit of Ukraine: resilience, unity, and the courage to keep standing when the world thinks you've already fallen.